is $1,000 mini PC with no GPU. And right now it's running a coding agent that was distilled directly from Claude Opus 4.6. It built me a stable 3-body problem orbit simulator. It walked me through how to image a black hole, and then I put it head-to-head against Claude Opus 4.7, a version higher than Opus 4.6. And the model was literally trained from a version lower than that. Something happened that I was not frankly. So I wanted to ask this question: can a free model running on $1,000 mini PC actually replace your $200 plus, again, a couple of $100 worth of AI subscriptions, specifically Claude, Codex, so on and so forth? I ran 3 tests that is close to my workflow of doing astronomy and writing a lot of code. And the third one kind of changed my mind. So what's actually running on this machine? This is Qwopus. The name basically tells you everything. It starts as Alibaba's brand new Qwen 3.6 35 billion A3B model, which is a mixture of experts MOE model that activates only 3 billion parameters at a time. Even the full thing is 35 billion parameters, which is kind of already remarkable. But the interesting part isn't specifically Qwen. The interesting part is how it was trained. The team behind Qwopus took thousands of reasoning traces from Claude Opus 4.6, which is Anthropic's frontier model, which is a trillion parameter model, and then used it to teach Qwen on how to essentially think. Because if you can think and reason properly, you can give out more quality answers. The model literally learned to reason in the same shape as Claude Opus does. 72 gigabytes. I'm running the quantized version, which is on Hugging Face, that fits comfortably in my memory. And the hardware running it, well, let me show that to you first. So this is a Beelink SER9 Pro with the AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX 370 processor, no discrete GPU. It's just the integrated kind of a Radeon 8. I'm running Qwopus with llama.cpp, bare metal with Vulkan acceleration on the integrated GPU. So I basically have an effective 12 gigabyte GPU size. There's no CUDA, no NVIDIA, no 4,000 kind of dollar workstation grade stuff going on here. 23 tokens per second on a mini PC running an Opus distilled 35 billion parameter model. That's kind of insane. 35 watts at kind of full load, fully silent, palm of my hand. Now the real question: can it do useful work? Test 1. I'm giving Qwopus a single prompt through opencode, the open source Claude code alternative, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have used. This will build me an interactive 3-body orbit simulator. 3 masses, gravity, animated trails, controls to pause and reset. This is where most very basic local models kind of fall over. Agentic coding, actually planning files, writing them, running, is where the models distilled from a frontier cloud model either prove themselves or completely apart. Watch what happens. It picks the Verlet integration, the standard numerical method for stable gravity simulations, adds a kind of a softening parameter and sets up the matplotlib in animation layers and wires in all the sliders properly. And roughly about 6 minutes later, we have something. Wait, that's not a random orbit, that's a figure 8. Look at the initial condition Qwopus chose: negative 0.970436, 0.4662. Chris Moore discovered this orbit back in 1993, and the rest proved it's stable in the year 2000. It's one of the most famous solutions in classical mechanics. 3 masses equal, chasing each one in a perfect figure 8 pattern forever. Qwopus did not just pick a random initial condition, it picked the one configuration where you can show all 3 bodies, the chaos, and just show it converging into a beautiful, stable solution. That's not a coincidence. That's a model going, okay, I see what you're trying to demonstrate. Here's the good version of it. And the controls work. I drag the body's mass higher and the figure eight breaks. The body starts ejecting each other into space due to mutual gravity, and the chaos just kicks in naturally, perfectly fine. This took 0 edits from me. One single prompt, 6 minutes later, a working interactive physics simulation built by a model running on a mini PC that knew enough to pick a stable orbit as its default. Test 1, Qwopus passes hard. Now let's get it even harder. For test 2, I am leaving opencode behind and going straight to the model, basically using the llama.cpp's web GUI, which is running on this board. But I am a PhD candidate. I build balloon-borne for imaging black holes. So for 2, I'm asking Qwopus a question from my kind of actual research field. How image Sagittarius A star, the supermassive black hole, at the center of our galaxy using a 230 gigahertz radio telescope? Show me the math. Wavelength 1.3 millimeters, correct. Angular size of the black hole shadow, about 50 microarc seconds across, that's also correct. That's exactly what the Event Horizon Telescope measured, like close to that. Required baseline to resolve it, 16,400 kilometers, correct. That's larger than the Earth itself, which is why the EHT had to use very long baseline interferometry across continents to get the measurements. Atmospheric phase noise, coherence time of about 5 milliseconds at 230 gigahertz, it's also roughly correct. Then it gets to the integration time calculation, the antenna temperature, the system temperature, bandwidth, blah, 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 and it writes 48. That's kind of not right. Square root times 10 to the 9, that's not 40,000. That's about 166,000. Qwopus dropped a factor of 3 there for some reason. The correction integration time isn't 48 seconds, it's about like 5 seconds. Every other piece of this answer was more or less correct. The framework, the physics, the atmospheric model, the astronomy, it just fumbled one square root in the middle of a complicated-ish calculation. And here's the wild part, the surrounding test is actually correct. It says that you'd need 10 plus hours of total observation across multiple days to fill in the UV reconstruction of the plane. The conclusion is right. The arithmetic in the middle isn't. This is exactly what a tired grad student does on a take-home exam. So, it knows the physics, it just doesn't always get to the arithmetic part perfectly well. Now the question is, can it actually go head-to-head against, well, let's say a teacher? So I ran the same workload through Claude Opus 4.7 actually on the Claude.ai website, which is a version higher than Opus 4.6 through which it was actually distilled. About 10 million tokens a month. Typical heavy user workload. If I ran the same workload through the Claude Opus 4.6 API, about 10 million tokens a month, which is what a typical heavy user would use, it would actually cost me around $200 a month. On this computer, it costs me just electricity bill, like $2 a month, literally, that's it. That $400 a year, that's $2,400 a year saved. The mini PC pays for itself in under 5 months. But cheap does not always mean better. So I ran it head to head. Test 3 is a head-to-head test, same prompt to both models ran simultaneously. I'm asking both of them to derive the Schwarzschild metric, the equation that describes the geometry of space-time around the black hole, starting from Einstein's field equations. This is a general relativity PhD level math, 3 pages of just straight out textbook derivation. I cannot do this for my own grad course. So watch this. Both models go the same direction, spherically symmetric, computes the crustable symbols, plugs it into the Ricci tensor, and then solves it. Opus does it way faster, roughly twice as many tokens per second on the API and much cleaner. It uses a slick algebraic trick, adding 2 of the field equations together that immediately gives you the relation between the unknown functions. Qwopus kind of tries brute force around it. It gets to the same answer but takes twice as longer. And Qwopus made one sign error in the middle. It wrote a minus sign where it should have been a plus. But here's the thing, the error kind of by matching the answers to the Newtonian limit at the end, the constant comes out correctly anyways. The sign kind of in the final metric. They both arrive at the same equation. The Schwarzschild metric correctly identifies the singularity at the Schwarzschild radius, and both gets the asymptotic flatness. Kind of at this point, I'm genuinely impressed by both. Qwopus took the long way. It made a tiny slip, but it eventually got there. So, should you cancel your Claude subscription and switch to Qwopus on a mini PC? Here's where I landed. Qwopus is now my kind of for coding agents and small projects, for reasoning through mid to hard, kind of for explaining concepts. For 90% of what I use Claude for, I think Qwopus does it pretty well locally. At 23 tokens per second for $0 a month, you can't really complain much. But I still keep my Claude subscription, not because Opus is more correct. Qwopus gets every test essentially right. I kept it because Opus is more aware for the deepest research that I need to work on. It has so much context over the years that I've kind of both working locally on my computer through Claude Code, but also on the Claude AI website. So it has like immense, so I don't need to keep explaining myself all the time. The simulator code, the prompts, the full setup, everything is linked in the description. Try it for yourself. I'm Mayuk. I love building things. I love testing local models. I built a bunch of Raspberry Pi-based projects, local AI. I built my own AI agent, so on and so forth. So if this is something that excites you, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you guys really soon. Take care.